Well, good morning. This is Brian Hornback of BrianHornbackdotCom. What an interesting night at the County Commission. They had the issue of the TVA East Tower. That's been going on for a number of years. But it wasn't until September the 11th of this year that some of the details began to be ferreted out publicly. There was a meeting of the County Commission and the school board on September 11th where they talked about this plan. In October, it was BrianHornback.com that made public the 23 actual lease agreements that the County Commission ultimately was to vote on last night. And then there's been a continual process along the way. Now, let's go back and remember that there's a company out of Nashville, B&A, that wants to purchase the Andrew Johnson building. It's a multi-level, about a 16-story building where the Knox County Schools district office has been for a number of years. They're wanting to sell that for $6 million, which is about a third of what we believe the real market value of that building is. Okay, and then they want to move them to the TVA Tower. So it was really a couple of different issues. It was the TVA Tower lease, which they want to lease from the federal government, 12-story TVA Tower. UT wants the top 6 floors, and then Knox County would have the bottom 6 floors. But Mayor Jacobs decided to split the baby, so they voted on only the TVA Tower lease last night. Then in February, they'll vote on whether to sell the Andrew Johnson building and move the schools. A couple of weeks ago, in a special called meeting of the County Commission, Commissioner Randy Smith asked the mayor, well, what happens if we don't sell the AJ building and the schools do not move? He says they'll still move some other offices there. So last night, a couple of commissioners, Commissioner at Large Justin Biggs was apparently pretty ill. Showed up just for the TVA vote wearing a mask. Commissioner Carringer appeared to be ill. She came at the beginning of the meeting, stayed till the TVA Tower vote was over, which was about 6 o'clock, about an hour. She left and then came back for another rezoning in her district, which we'll probably talk about on another video, podcast, vlog, whatever we want to call this. This is the first, by the way. So tell me if you like this or not. What I'm planning on doing is just doing a video. Right now I'm in my vehicle and doing a video to kind of talk about some issues. But anyway, the commission began discussing the TVA Tower last night. Commissioner Biggs came in wearing a mask, looked very ill, and stayed for that vote and then left. But it ultimately passed 11-0. Richie Beeler from up in the 8th District made a speech basically saying that he supported the TVA Tower. So that basically left what appeared to be about 3 of them against it, because Evelyn Gill's the one that offered the substitute motion, which is what they approved. The substitute motion basically says TVA's and the county's got to go through all this process and get it all done by September 30th of 2020. So it's not done, but everything's there. The vote was there for it to happen. So now it's just semantics and getting the paperwork in order. But it appeared to be about 3. Once Richie Beeler kind of flipped over, it appeared to be that Schoonmaker, Bustler, and Daly were against it. But when the vote actually came down, all 11 commissioners voted for the TVA East Tower. So a good win for Mayor Jacobs. Again, it was, for me, my whole issue has been the Andrew Johnson building, selling it for $6 million and making the schools move when the schools haven't asked to move. So that'll be an issue for another day. But hope you let me know what you think about this video. If this is something we want to continue doing. And you'll probably be seeing more podcasted vlogs of me separately and with others in the future.